Hi, I'm Mikkel Becker.
And I'm Debbie Martin.
You can turn nail trims from what could be a nightmare into no big deal with these fear-free tips. It can be difficult to understand what all the stress and struggle is about when it comes to our pet's nail care. After all, for us, we oftentimes love going in to get our manicure or a pedicure at the spa. However, from the pet's perspective, there's plenty to be concerned about. First of all, pets can be extremely sensitive. Just like with people, pets can actually be really ticklish, so when their paws are handled, that can be really uncomfortable, and it's no wonder that they try and pull away or struggle to move away because it does not feel good to them. Also, our pets can feel cornered and threatened. Sometimes, especially if our pet is held down against their will for that nail care, that's absolutely terrifying for them. And it's no wonder that in the future they try and avoid that situation altogether. Also, we can actually nick our pet's nails and actually go into the sensitive, quick area. This causes them to bleed, and that can be really scary for them, especially when we start to get upset. It can be really terrifying, and it also really hurts.
Although nail trimming may be a stressful experience for many pets, it's a very important procedure that needs to be done routinely for the health and well-being of your pet. Long nails can create discomfort with walking and actually orthopedic pain. It also can create a situation where they might break off or get snagged on things and actually can injure the pet. So keeping the nails trimmed short and keeping them comfortable is important. That means routine care needs to happen every couple weeks or even once a month. Dogs and cats can show subtle body language indicators that tell us that they're uncomfortable with the situation. You can check out fearfreehappyhomes.com, Body Language 101 for dogs and cats, to learn more about what they might be telling us with their body language. However, if we don't hear those subtle signs, many dogs and cats will escalate to aggression, to speak a little bit louder to us when we haven't heard those whispers that they're trying to tell us they're uncomfortable. And when that happens, we're putting not only our pets, but ourselves at risk. And we're also creating a negative experience with the nail trim process. Chances are, if your pet isn't comfortable with nail care at home, they're also not comfortable at the veterinarian or the groomers. If your pet has shown aggression in the past with handling or with nail trimming, be sure to seek out a fear-free, certified professional that can help protect the emotional well-being of your pet while care is given.
When it comes to your pet's nail care, there are multiple tools that you may use. The most common one are nail clippers. These are often the fastest, but you also run more risk of actually cutting into that sensitive quick. So for a lot of pets, you may want to trim off the very end of the nails and being aware of where you're trimming. So making sure that you're doing it in a way that you're trimming off the dead area rather than that area that has that blood flow to it. Then you can use something like a power tool or a handheld nail file to help trim off those rough edges and also get it closer to that quick without actually cutting into it. You can also teach your pet to actually willingly file down their own nails by using something like a scratch pad for dogs and encouraging cats to use their own scratching surfaces. This allows them to trim and maintain their own nails, and they get to do so in a way that they get to do it out of their own voluntary will. Set up the area for your pet's nail care before you begin. This can include giving them that non-slip surface such as their treatment station that they can be on for the handling. Then have all your tools on hand. This can include your nail trimmers, your nail file, your power tool, or your scratch pad for your pet. Also consider having something on hand to stop the flow of bleeding in case the sensitive quick area is cut into. You want to make it not a big issue if this does occur, but have that styptic powder or that cornstarch on hand. That way you can stop the flow of bleeding and help to make it as minimally damaging as possible. You can use certain handling tools such as a basket muzzle for dogs or towels for cats that help to reduce the actual hands-on holding that are needed during that care process.
Now we have to think about how we're going to make this a pleasant experience for your pet. There are a variety of different ways to do this, and depending on the individual pet, one way might work better than another. You might try a distraction technique where you give one treat one after the other, and your pet is distracted by those great treats coming that they're not even aware that you're really doing handling of their feet. A long-lasting lickable treat in a food puzzle is another option. It helps to have an extra hand there or a helper there to deliver those treats. The constant flow of treats may not be the best long-term solution because sometimes it can mask a pet's fear, anxiety, and stress. They want the treats, and so they're opting in to be there, but they're not completely comfortable with the nail handling. A better long-term solution may be thinking of a more thoughtful way to deliver treats during the nail care process. If distraction techniques aren't working for your pet, we can consider breaking the process down into small, achievable steps and follow each step of the process with something your pet really likes. For example, you might touch your dog on the shoulder and give him a treat, and then slide your hands down his leg and give him another treat. And as you get to the paw, you give him another treat, and then you pick up the nail, put the nail trimmers on it, tap it, give him another treat. So you're rewarding the entire process as you go through, and you're looking at your pet and making sure that they're comfortable with that process. They're not trying to get away or move away or pull their foot away. For some pets, that might not be enough of a breakdown. We might actually have to break the nail trimming process down into several sessions where we aren't even able to get the nails trimmed immediately during that first session. It could take a couple weeks or even a couple months depending on your animal's comfort level with nail care. But be patient and realize that this is a long haul to make for a pleasant experience for your pet, for a behavior that you're going to have to perform routinely to keep your pet healthy. Once you are able to start trimming your pet's nails, don't feel you have to get them all trimmed at one time. You can do 1 or 2 nails, take a break, do something fun, and then maybe come back to it a little bit later that day or even the next day. Don't rush it. Make it fun and enjoyable for your pet.
Another aspect of care that oftentimes gets overlooked are the sounds the pet hears when nail care is being performed. Pets can be really sensitive to different sounds, such as when their nails are clipped, they can hear that sound, and that sometimes can be very aversive for them. You can help them to feel more relaxed by actually teaching them that that sound means something really good. Whenever you're even trimming your own nails, you want to give your pet treats. You can even have those right on hand. So a lot of times when I'm clipping my own nails, I may just toss my pet a treat every once in a while so they think like, oh, whenever that happens, something really good happens. You can also use something like an uncooked macaroni noodle. Place that in the nail clipper, trim, and then go ahead and give your pet a treat. So they learn whenever they hear that trimming sound, something good happens. For some pets, just that sound can be such a surprise. You can help to condition them to understand when it's going to happen, so it's less aversive for them. For instance, you may say the word like clip or trim right before you actually clip the pet's nails. Clip. This also allows the pet the chance to move away if they are uncomfortable rather than struggling when you actually do the trim. Also be aware that the power tool, such as a nail grinder that's used with your pet, can also make some really scary sounds. Start with that tool being used at a distance and away from your pet before you actually use it on your pet's nails. Also, the vibrations of the nail grinder being used can be really ticklish for your pet. So rather than holding the tool at the very end, sometimes if you hold it a little bit closer to where the pet's nails are being trimmed, that can be less ticklish for your pet. Always watch your pet's body language to assess that they're feeling calm and comfortable, and pair lots of rewards throughout the entire handling experience. And by doing so, you can help to nail the nail trim and make it less stressful for yourself and for your pet. For more tips to take the pet out of petrified
And put the treat into treatment,
go to maddiesfun.org
and fearfreehappyhomes.com.